Hello and welcome to Chump Change, episode 36. I'm your host, Lorenzo or GarboArtist, and as always, I have...
Pree, howdy.
That guy. And we're going to hang out and talk with you guys for another hour because, you know, the few of you that show up every week, you clearly like hanging out with us and talking, so...
We appreciate you.
Yeah, roll the intro. So, Pree.
Howdy.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. The same old stuff. The other day I was, we came home from being outside all day. And, I took a shower and I went to go lay down. And then, my girlfriend was like, man, you're very clean. And I was like, well, that's quite obvious. And then she said, did you clean between your necks? And yeah, that has been my week so far.
Necks, plural?
Necks, plural, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up, dude.
Just as heartbreaking as you would expect it to be.
Yeah, no, them's just fighting words right there.
Thems, yep, just like them's necks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not to be confused with Hims, the not sponsor of this episode of Chump Change.
Well, see, I was thinking of hymns like the music.
Like HYMES?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm thinking Hims like the male pattern baldness brand.
Oh, yeah, no, I never heard of those guys.
Yeah, they help with hair loss, slowing or regrowth. I forget which. I don't know. They're not sponsored, so I don't know.
Those are your personalized ads that you be getting?
No. There's a lot of like guys only podcasts, so like Manscaped, Hims, stuff like that.
Okay.
They also have some performance enhancing medication for the bed, fellas.
Wow.
But that's for another podcast.
But yeah, man. What about you?
Been going to work. I watched a season of anime that a lot of people have been telling me to watch, and despite being very turned off from like the isekai fantasy stuff, I actually took a shine to it, and I read the entire series in 2 days.
Oh, what anime?
Solo Leveling. A lot of people were talking about Solo Leveling, so I watched the first season on Crunchyroll, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. Let me see where it comes from. Like, let me see the manga or the light novel.
Yeah.
And I guess it started as a not webtoon brand, but like, online comic.
Yeah.
Had about 170 something chapters before the author died, or 180 chapters before he died.
Yeah.
And then they had enough content to go for another 20 with his work. And I read all 200 chapters in like less than 2 days.
Dude, just Jesus. Anyway, yeah. Hey, do you also have the fan turn on or like the AC?
Oh, I do. Actually, I forgot about that. Hopefully that wasn't like incredibly loud.
That's okay. I could just turn down the auto gate later, right?
Yeah. Maybe picked up on Discord, probably not in OBS because I should still have my mic filter on.
Hopefully. But yeah, no, Solo Leveling. I watched... Oh gosh, because you read it, right? Doesn't matter, and it's been out for like I don't know how many months now, so it doesn't bother me anymore. But I think I'm at the part where he kills the guy's brother, and now the brother's coming back to kill him. Like the episode right after the brother announced that he's gonna go over there, and yeah. I said, man, it was a good anime. Until they did 1 week of where they did the recap.
Yeah.
And then right after the recap, it was, hey, we're going to need to do the build up for this great boss scene or the next fight, basically.
Yeah.
And I said, this anime moves too slow for me. And I stopped on episode whatever that was.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell. Just because of how much happens in the manga, I couldn't even tell you what episode that is.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
the only thing I for sure remember is season 1 covers about 40 chapters out of 200.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I was like, this is probably a really good show. I mean, God of High School was, I think, the webtoon one that they did, or
Yeah.
anime adaptation.
That one was official webtoon picked up by Crunchyroll.
That one was so fast, and we had no idea what was happening, even at the end of the anime. And that
Yeah.
one was, okay, well, we don't know what's going on, but the animation's so great that I'll stick around. You know,
Yeah.
there's something always flashing on the screen, very Disney-esque. For Solo Leveling, it was, okay, well, it's really slow, and then we're going to do a couple of fight scenes here and there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay.
It was the opposite problem. A lot of you knew what was going on all the time, but you were going with the main character in real time through all of it.
Yeah, dude, I was like, ain't no way I have to sit through all of this. Probably a really good anime. I don't know. I saw the 3 or 4 clipped fight scenes from after whatever, or he meets the next guy and he starts summoning his goons. But, you know, a little too slow for me.
Yeah, the way I got introduced to it was actually a coworker. Like it was on my radar to watch. Like it was in my Crunchyroll list to watch at some point. But one of my coworkers, he was watching it in the office on the TV, like in our like receptacle of the office.
Yeah.
And I remember going like, oh, like okay, spoilers, but whatever. Like I'll see if the animation is my speed. I'll see like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I could probably dig my teeth into this when I have like some busy work to do at work. Just have it on in the background, play the dub. Because I wasn't super hooked on it immediately. So I was like, this is probably like, I won't care to listen to the sub. Put it on dub, just have it in the background, keep it moving.
Yeah.
The dub hasn't caught up yet. So I watched half up till that episode that he saw it in dub. And then I was like, okay, I can cut my teeth on this actually. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Finished the season. And then I was like, crap. I think I might like the story. I read all 200 chapters. I started back from the beginning. I read it all on my phone. There was a point where I was on the bus. I was on the train. I was riding with someone in a car. And I was just reading. Like basically, if I wasn't using my eyes and hands for something, I was probably scrolling through the manga.
Does he end up saving his mom?
Hey man, that's spoilers.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But no, I never was the type to be like, man, dude, that's such a great anime. Let me go read the manga. Because half the time I don't even get to know where to get the manga. Yeah. And then the other half of the time it's, okay, well, this manga's in Japanese and I got to wait for 2 days for the guy to make it out in English.
Yeah.
And yeah, just little things like that push me away from even trying to consider going into the manga.
Yeah. Where I read it and editor, you can use the sound clip to censor what I'm about to say. Audio Jungle. There you go. That's a censor sound clip.
Yeah.
I read it on a like hacky scan website where they like do the scans and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, but also because it was like a regular online tune, I'm sure I could have found a different way to read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of like other manga, like I'm reading Super right now. I'm reading Boruto Blue Vortex, and I'm reading My Hero.
What is Boruto Blue Vortex? Is that just like the next?
It's basically Boruto's version of Shippuden, and they're finally executing on what they wanted to do with the Boruto character the entire time.
Oh, you mean like in the Boruto where it shows him old or older?
Yeah,
I guess?
with the cut eye and
okay. Yeah, they're finally there. They're finally there. Like they had to go through their Naruto phase before they could get to Shippuden. Yeah, they're finally just
there.
Just like Naruto, yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, dude. Did you like Naruto or did you like Shippuden more?
I'm a couple chapters behind actually, but what I've read so far, really good. Yeah, I like Shippuden a lot. I thought Shippuden was very good. Probably about as hot a take as man, I love Dragon Ball Z, but I never watched or read Dragon Ball.
Dude, I love Dragon Ball Z, but I only watched it in the clips.
Yeah.
That was me. Mm-hmm.
I remember Shippuden I only saw because I think it was on Toonami when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back and watch the original Naruto. Just because I didn't know where to get it when I was younger.
Yeah, I watched the original Naruto as it aired on Cartoon Network or whatever.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That one I couldn't do just because I was always around my auntie or someone else and like it wasn't their speed.
Yeah, they watching the novella, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So come on, Brain. Yeah, no, I think Boruto is really good right now. And those are rare occasions, right? Because watching the original Boruto, I wasn't really compelled to like read it unless I saw like a clip of like, oh crap, we're doing like a really cool arc. Let me go see what's happening.
Yeah.
Like the arc where Naruto uses that form that kills Kurama. Sorry if that's new information to you, viewer.
If that's new information, viewer, what, are you still watching Shippuden or something?
Just now catching up.
Like, man.
Hey, I don't know. Our good friend Cruz Killa, he got into the Naruto game really late, and he was getting a lot of spoilers.
That's true, man. When Itachi dies, bro, that's a spoiler.
Man. No, like it's all super cool, but like I wasn't into Dragon Ball Super is the only one.
Oh, I was about to say, okay.
Dragon Ball Super is the only one that I was inclined to read because I watched the anime, just because I knew based on the way that Dragon Ball was released in the past, I probably have better luck reading the manga than hoping for the next season of Super.
Yeah.
Which was the case because it's been 6 years.
Yeah. No, for Dr. Stone, I was a huge fan and I read the manga, and I didn't just read it. I went to go buy it. I bought the manga when it came out in the States, and I read it all the way up until Tsukasa gets revived, and then now they just covered that in the last season.
Yeah.
So now, and that's like 2 years ago I bought the manga, so I kind of wonder where it's at now, but
yeah,
the world will never know.
It sucks because there's a lot of manga and anime that are that way. Like My Hero's final season was, or what I assume is the final season, was just announced, and what they covered in the trailer, or what they said they were about to cover in the trailer, is like 14 chapters away from where we are currently.
Yeah, which is the anime manga game, and I get it. You got to wait for some content in order to animate it. And then when you do animate it, you kind of got to chop up like 30 years of content into like 5 minutes because that's kind of all you got to work with. But,
Well, my thing is like I think it premieres in May or June. So I'm wondering if, because that's about, I think I said it was to my girlfriend, it was like 5 weeks left until it premieres. So either the manga is going to end in 5 weeks, or the final few chapters are going to happen by the time the episodes catch up to where it is like this week.
Yeah.
But either way, he has to, the creator either has to wrap it up, or the creator gave his notes and drawings to the animation team to like finish it.
Yeah, to hopefully be the same as the manga, generally.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, the new Spy Family movie comes out. I believe it comes out today is the first day of release over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's this week.
Yeah, the release date is supposed to be the 19th, but they start premiering it tonight. But yeah, it's supposed to be another movie, and I am so excited. Spy Family gets another movie. It's probably as related as the rest of the show, which means adding to the story? No, because that's kind of the whole show.
Yeah.
There's never any progression, but that's okay.
It's okay. People would rather watch cute Spy Family than have what's his name, Lloyd, finish his mission.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would rather watch cute Spy Family than sit through all of Solo Leveling's nonsense until it gets to the good stuff. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. We love Spy Family. We also love Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling looked really cool.
Unfortunately, it's not in my top, even in my top 5. I thought it was really good. I read the whole thing, but it's probably top 10 rather than top 5.
Yeah, dude, my top 1 manga is the Water Bottle Man one where the guy climbs up a mountain, and that's the whole manga. It's him climbing mountains, and then at the end he falls.
I'm pretty sure that's a game from Bennett Foddy.
It was also based on a guy in real life.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
I thought you were talking about the guy in the kettle pot.
Yeah, that's the Bennett Foddy game. Getting over it.
Getting over it, yeah.
Yeah.
We love manga.
Manga's cool. But the weird thing for me is I think the only one that I didn't get prompted to do by nature of the anime. The anime came out shortly after I was put on the manga, actually. Mashuko Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation. And I really like that series. Hold on, he's researching.
Sorry, I gotta come. Oh, is this the one with the? So, all right, riddle me this.
Okay.
So,
am I giving you spoilers?
In the Crunchyroll clips, right, that they show on Crunchyroll YouTube.
Yeah.
I believe
he doesn't watch actual Crunchyroll. He watches YouTube short Crunchyroll.
Well, I have Crunchyroll, but I just watch the shorts because it's there. Anyways, basically, so this elf, gray hair elf, right?
Yeah.
That's his servant.
Gray hair elf.
And then she has she has like the glasses. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not his servant.
Oh.
So, that is the same character as the green-haired elf from the beginning of the story, the friend he made, that he found out as a girl.
Oh, okay. Because the clip I saw was like, it insinuated that he was banging, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, so I briefly gave a synopsis of that arc to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was like, "So what's going on in the story?" I'm like, "So, he has a one-night stand with his cousin, and
huh?
Hey, I need to not look at your camera. So
Sayu-chan?
No. So he has a one-night stand with his cousin, but his cousin, I think she didn't feel worthy of being with him, so she dips before he wakes up, and then he's like, "Man, my stroke game wasn't there," and then he gets what's it called, EDF, and or he gets erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
Eat it.
I got it the first time.
No, my brain was like, no, that's not what the
yeah.
He gets ED, and then he's like, you know what? I don't care about these hoes. I'm gonna chase the bag. So he goes to school, and then at the school he runs into Fitz, and Fitz, it just happens to be the girl that he wanted to be with before he got sent off to go teach his cousin how to use magic.
The elf girl with shades is Fitz.
Yes, that's Fitz.
Okay.
So Fitz is in disguise because the whole thing happened and needed a new identity. But Fitz is shown to the school as a boy. So our boy was hanging around Fitz, and he was like, "Man, this Fitz guy's kind of cute. Am I gay?" And then, because he still got ED, but he's feeling a little something. He's feeling a little something.
It's tingling somehow. Uh-huh.
So yeah, his Peter Tingle was getting on.
Yeah.
So I forget exactly what the sequence of events is, but he ends up finding out that Fitz is actually Sylvie.
The green haired girl that you described earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, whew, I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But he's like, I'm not gay. And then they fuck.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, dude, you can't just put it out there like that, just like how he was.
Hey man, you can just audio jungle that.
Sheesh. But yeah, so like, and then that's that arc. The arc is they be banging, and then that's about it.
Yeah, it's more of like the B plot because there's a lot of stuff happening in like the magic school arc with him.
Yeah,
but like the undertone is always like, man, I'm trying to find my friends and family that disappeared. Man, this Fitz guy's kind of cute. I'm not saying I'd blow his back out, but like,
something a little fishy here. He smells it in the air. Hey, that's what it sounds like.
Hopefully he don't. But yeah, that was basically the high and low of like that relationship arc.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, no, was there any anime that I was really into or looking forward to watching?
Oh, dude, High School DxD.
Isn't that like over 5 years ago?
Well, I mean, the anime is, maybe. I think they were talking about picking it back up with another studio again.
Oh, because the manga still continues, right?
I think so, or the light novel does at least. I forget which. One of the two. That's one of the ones that's a little interesting because it's like, if I genuinely liked High School DxD enough to go read something for it, I'd probably go read the light novel instead of watch or read a manga for it. Because I feel like the not so subtle sexual content would read a little better.
Yeah.
But also, in general, whenever something has a light novel that turned into a manga that turned into an anime, it's like, well, I should go read the original, not read the picture book version.
Yeah. And that's weird, right? Because for me, I'm not the type of guy to be like, I started on the anime. I'm going to go read the manga now because the anime is over.
Yeah.
Unless it's an extremely rare case that I really enjoyed it, just like you're describing. So I get bent. You know where I draw the line? Light novels. If you're telling me to read it like I'm reading a Harry Potter book, what am I doing?
See, I'm okay with that if that's the first direction I go. Like, because I'm not going to go, man, I wish there was more High School DxD. I'm going to read the manga. Shit, the manga's not caught up to where the light novel is. Now let me reread everything so I have all the context.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's like a game of telephone happening with that series too, where the manga doesn't have everything the light novel does, and the anime doesn't have everything that the manga does.
Which should make sense, you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
One should be more in-depth than the other, but that's like saying that the movie should be exactly like the book, which I don't know.
Yeah. I will say, the watch it and read it paradox actually does occur for me in other media too.
Yeah.
Like, I think the most relatable one for normal people would be like comic books, right? Because a lot of the animations that like Marvel and DC, or even the Marvel movies and DC movies do, a lot of it's adapted from comic book arcs, not just like pulled out of someone's ass.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the most common one. But there's an Amazon show. It's like it's a little actiony. It's like a little bit of a thriller though, kind of like a whodunit with action.
Yeah.
and it's a book series called Jack Reacher. Amazon, or there was a couple movies of it, but Amazon picked it up and started doing a TV show adaptation of some of the books.
Tom Cruise.
No, not Tom Cruise. His name is Alan Richter or something like that.
Oh, but Tom Cruise, the movie Jack Reacher.
Yeah, I don't care about those.
Damn, you don't care about Tom Cruise?
No, actually don't.
Damn.
Unconcerned. No, I was really into the Amazon shows though.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I could use some more reading in my life. So I actually read the 2 seasons that they did. I read the books that the 2 seasons are based off of. And now they announced season 3 right after, like the week after the season ended. Season 2 ended. So I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to go buy a hardcover of the next book they're going to cover. Because I actually really
you
like
got a bookshelf. I thought you were gonna say you have a bookshelf that you could fill up. Yeah,
I do. Yes, and right, because we have a lot of like anime figures and Big Chumps knickknacks on that shelf.
Yep, manga.
Yeah, I'd have to reorganize that shelf for that.
Yeah, no.
Or I could just buy more bookshelves.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna come back to doing Big Chumps together. And it's just going to be bookshelves wrapping around my living room.
Dude, you're going to have the sickest backdrop. It's just bookcases.
Yeah, I should, instead of alphabetizing them, I should color code them so I could make like a picture in the bookshelf.
That's what, yeah. I was just going to say that. GarboArtist, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but beyond manga, right? Because I know that manga and anime is something that we already had in common. Is there any other mediums that like what will get you hooked? And this actually leads into our next thing that we're going to talk about. What causes you to pick up a book or a game or a movie?
That's a great question. See, with a book, it has to, so here's the thing. With books, I say usefulness first, right?
Okay.
So how many books have I actually bought, right?
Yeah.
I've bought The Art of War, I've bought Atomic Habits, and I've bought a book on how to play chess, right?
So you're
not listing the manga, right?
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna go buy a book, like that's my first thing. Unless it's manga, then I think it's buying manga instead. When it comes to movies, and let's say like video games, and even on the same note for pretty much anything else media related,
yeah,
I would say there's familiarity. So if I like the art style that it's in, which is judging the book by its cover, but don't come kill me. Kill the guy who made the artwork that way. The story and the plot, 90% of the time, I don't really like looking into because it's like, if it's anime, it's in the title.
Yeah.
The Demon Lord has been reincarnated into a commoner. Like, okay, there you go. Like that's the whole anime right there. You know the plot. For game.
Before we keep going, I had someone rant to me recently about that at work. Yeah. Why do anime and manga have like the longest names ever? Like my senpai is a dumb idiot who wipes only half his butt cheek when he goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, there's just such long titles. I'm like, dude, it's because the Japanese doesn't translate the way that we want it to.
Yeah.
I'm sure it sounds better to them than it does to us.
Yeah, their one word means 5 words. But yeah. And in terms of that, in terms of games, it's hard, right? Games, unless you pick up the hard copy at GameStop, because I was trying to think of somewhere else, but there's kind of really nowhere else anymore. Unless you pick it up and you read the back, you're never gonna read the description.
Yeah, typically, and this is kind of why we're doing the bargain bin on the main channel. Just you're more likely to watch it before you buy, or you're more likely to watch someone play a game and then be like, yeah, I could get into that.
Yeah.
But also a lot of people end up just watching the entire story of a game through someone else's eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Which for me, I prefer to just not do that if I'm ever going to play the game. And if I do watch it, I'm not going to play the game anyways.
Yeah.
See what I mean? But, in terms of gaming, if you don't have, in my perspective, if you don't have something that caters to what I like, I don't like to say that means it's a bad game.
Yeah.
Only because, there are games that we play on the bargain bin that are complete bangers outside of our scope. And it's crazy because whenever you play a AAA title, at least in my perspective, if you ever play a Far Cry, if you ever play like a Legend of Zelda, if you ever play, and I'm talking about like the open world one, all the open world games. You play Red Dead Redemption 2, half of the time, the game, your memory of the game isn't the story of the game. It's what you did outside in the open world where you did it yourself, not the game made you do something.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think the most memorable part of like Spider-Man 2 is the most recent example of what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't remember, or I remember the story pretty well, but the standout part was like, oh, dude, all these combos I can do, taking off like the hordes of monsters coming at me on this side thing. Like, yeah, no, I agree, 100%. It sucks too because it's like bargain bin puts me outside of my comfort zone with games. There's definitely games on the Big Chumps channel, before the break and after the break. That's like, I probably would have never played this game in my life.
Yeah, right. And then you think about it and you say, okay, for the AAA titles, you kind of get something of everything, right? Yeah. Just so anyone who picks up the $70 game, it's right there. You got something that you'd like at least.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I feel like maybe I'm just old nowadays, right? Where I've come to remember the linear gameplay style of stories where you kind of just go through this area, you progress every step you take, and there's no such thing as a side quest. It's just in the main quest.
Yeah. I actually had this thought process because we recently covered Barnyard. It was some old footage, but we covered Barnyard on the main channel. And it caused me to go through other archived stuff that we didn't release, as well as just like what games we've acquired with the intention of playing on legacy consoles.
Yeah.
And it made me start thinking like, dude, I want to play a lot of older stuff because it's like every game was a risk take back then.
Yeah.
Whereas which means every game was different. Every game was a different experience. But you said the word exactly that was in my brain. Everything's familiar. Everything's safe because we're just making iterations on the same things.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get to Far Cry 20, and it's still going to be Far Cry from the same engine as 5 to 20.
Yeah.
Or like the basic mechanics will still be there from 5.
Yeah.
And you're just going to find a new thing to throw at me every time. Like Call of Duty is the biggest offender of that. And trying to innovate it every step of the way. There's a coworker who's like a diehard COD fan, and he's like, dude, I miss the way original Zombies was. I miss this everyone fights each other zombie. I miss the waves are crashing on you zombies.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, it's basically you're playing tag.
Yeah.
With zombies. Or not tag, but what's another like prop hunt, where you get killed and you join the hunters.
Yeah.
So it's like without the risk taking, you're not you specifically, but like the general audience is more likely to gravitate towards familiarity.
Yeah.
Which sucks because something that we want to talk about was there is a sea of indie and small development company games out there. And like some of them are really cool banger games, and some of them are just. I mean, it's an indie game.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of indie games.
You can't be mad at it.
You know, why are you mad? Why are you mad? You know what I would be mad at? I would be mad at Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Store. How come when I looked up games that are released this week, and I said, you know what? All of them say PC. This one says Switch.
Yeah.
It's a lewd game made by indie company that is listed as ecchi or hentai on any other website. But it's okay in the Nintendo Store, which I would expect my little cousin Jimmy to get for his 8th birthday.
Yeah.
That boggles my mind.
Speaking of which, did you know that Hentai Girls Steamy Maid comes out today?
On Nintendo Switch?
Sorry,
It has hentai in the name, therefore it won't.
No, it's on Nintendo Switch, and that's the only platform it says it's on.
See? But yeah, getting back to the conversation, I would say...
It's listed as an action game.
Yeah, it's a lot of action. Yeah, no, but going back to the topic of what do I care for to look, or what do I care for in a game based on the cover?
Yeah.
Right? How many other things are there anymore? You know, it's really hard to reinvent the wheel. Right? Yeah. Everything that's good will do good. Therefore, we will produce more of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
In which, like you said, there are the franchises that beat to death the same thing over and over. And when they make a change, everyone either really likes it or really hates it. And they all complain that it wasn't the original. You know? And then now we're going to be getting a lot more titles and games, I believe, like... The Demon Lord was reincarnated into a commoner and have an insanely long title like that, but we know exactly what it is, sadly. We're going to have 20 Kiritos as we do right now.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of do miss the, hey, this game has a really high skill ceiling, but it's 8 hours, so you can get as much or as little as you want out of it.
Yeah,
like Evil Dead or Evil West should be out by now, right? By the time this comes out.
Hopefully.
What day is it today? Today is Thursday. Hopefully that would come out mañana or Monday.
Hopefully.
Either way, if it's not out already, that we're covering a game called Evil West, and it was created by a small-ish company. Like it's like about a decade old, but it's pretty recent in terms of its life cycle. But the game harkened to us. It played like a PS3 game.
Yeah.
But it's like the AAA titles, there's like one trilogy that's AAA level that I've seen on the PSN store that I would say that they have. Everything else is kind of floated under the radar. So for us to do what I would consider one of their indie titles, I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Like it was it was surprisingly fun. We played it on the Game Pass, not expecting to have as much fun as we did.
Yeah.
And that to me, that was kind of the spark in this last couple of weeks that was like, dude, we used to have more fun with games back then, to the point where I've even been looking on online stores and in secondhand, third-hand shops for PlayStation games again. Because like there's a series that Pree showed me when we lived together called Shadow Hearts. I think covering that game would be so much fun. Just not good for the algorithm at all.
Yeah, dude, you know, if you want to sit and watch me play this game for 30 plus hours, see, and that's actually right there is why I wanted to do this topic of how our games actually becoming too long or anything along those lines, because when you think about back in the day, right, when we were kids, or let's say now, right, if you have one game, right, or something along those lines, like you have enough budget to buy 2 games.
Yeah.
Sure, the best value of the buck is to play the AAA title that is worth a considerably larger amount, and you could get a lot more hours out of the game.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you only got one game, so you're going to play it anyways, right?
Yeah.
There's less barrier to entry because you're playing the same game, right? And because you only got one game, you don't really need anything else, right? But nowadays, right, the games are so much easier to access. Let's say you buy the Xbox Game Pass or you have the PlayStation Plus. I don't know if they have I don't know what the pass is called, PlayStation Plus pass, where you get your unlimited collection of games, right?
Yeah, it's like their premium PS Plus.
Yeah. So for those two services, you get to play the games, and because there's so much more available, you kind of get this Netflix effect, right? Where you're stuck scrolling through which game to play, like you scroll through which TV show to watch.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. And to me, it's really sad. It's drawing me to not want to play as much games as I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because half the time I don't even get to play a game. I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what me and Lorenzo can play together.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a secondary problem with that, though. We need to create content.
Yes.
Not everything that we pitch goes to the cutting room floor, or let alone the recording studio, because not everything's entertaining.
Yes. Power World.
Yeah, Power World was rough. Honestly, Power World's probably the reason that Bargain Bin is the way it is versus the way that it used to be.
See, and here's the thing, right? It's not because Power World is boring or that Ark Survival Evolved is boring. It's the fact that in order for you to get to the more interesting parts of the game, those are considered end game, and you're like 40 hours deep in that far.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason that a lot of games go overlooked by us, because we'll do a synopsis look, we'll see what people are doing with it, what the time to beat is. Evil West only got as much playtime as it is. Evil West is the only game we've played more over our 4-hour limit per game.
Yeah.
And that's by nature of the time to beat was 8 hours. We crushed through most of the game in like 3. And Pree and I were like, fuck it, we'll just do the rest.
Yeah, we might as well, right, at that point.
Yeah.
Because the time to beat is so much easily looked at nowadays. Like, because remember before you didn't have that, right? Before,
well,
if
you did. You did. You had to go to like older websites, so like you had to go to.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Before, you would have to go watch the YouTube video of the full playthrough. Hopefully, it was long enough, or it was in parts. Right, that's how it was before on YouTube.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. I was gonna say I'm talking pre-YouTube, where I had to go to like a random game site. And that would do like the walkthroughs, or it would give you the information like time to beat and stuff. Yeah. There are actually some games as a small little lad that I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna be here for like 20 hours. That's so long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like even now it's like, okay, I don't even want to pick that up because now my bias is it's gonna take me too long to play. I don't got that much time to play that game. Instead of before when you were a kid, or even now, right? You play one game and, you got something to look forward to after your crappy 8-hour shift,
Yeah.
So.
It's honestly why playing games for Big Chumps is going to be, it's never going to be an issue with us, because if the game's long or if the game's short, as long as there's 4 hours worth of content, we have something to work off of.
Yep, and we're just telling you to make sure you put all of your game in 4 hours. Totally not.
Yeah, no. It's literally hey, here's what 4 hours got us. Here's what it will probably give you, and if you want more out of it, cool.
Yep.
And I think the biggest embodiment of that is the Tekken video. The Tekken video is very much here's what we got, here's what it offers, here's what you can do with it.
Yep. Yeah. I wish we took that approach for Power World, and I hope that all the videos in the future, they do have those like available. Like, hey, we played through 99% of the game on launch.
Yeah.
go watch it real quick, skim through it on times 4 speed, see what you can pull out of the game.
So it's definitely a it's weird too, because like I don't think games are too long. I think I just don't have enough time. And I've had this thing where people, not just like work people, but like friends online and stuff, they've been like, "Oh, dude, surely you've played Elden Ring. Surely you've played the Elden Ring DLC." Nope, I haven't put a single minute in Elden Ring.
Yep.
I'm either busy with my 9 to 5, or I'm trying to do Big Chump stuff, or whatever other prior engagements I have with, like, outside of my two jobs.
Yeah, no, I recommended I recommended Evil West to my boss, and he said, I'm sorry, I didn't actually look at the game you recommended, and I said, there's so many games out there, I don't even mind. Don't
Yeah,
sweat
like, dude, it's especially hard because, like, in terms of chump or big, not Big Chumps, in terms of bargain bin, we are 2 for 3 on Game Pass games at the moment.
Yeah.
And part of that's because the AAA titles, the big things people are hyped for, a little slow right now. With the exception of like maybe Peach Showtime, that's not your speed, so it's a little hard to do that.
And it's on the Nintendo Switch, so it's like...
Well, yeah, like that one's I'd have to hand off a Switch with the game to you too, for you to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Which ultimately we could start doing, but also, like I said, doesn't seem like it's your speed. I would play it if there's not a reason to, though. I probably won't, just because I'm busy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm even at the point where instead of considering a PC upgrade, I'm probably gonna buy an ROG Ally or something, just so like non-intense games can just be played on the go, so I can get my reaction, and then anything I need recordings for, I'll do it at home.
Yeah, man, you get your quick fix on the go.
Like, the biggest thing is Tekken took us way longer than it should have, just because I didn't have time to be at home and use my my gamepad and like just play the game.
Yeah.
Because I have a MacBook as my daily driver for editing and for work away from home. And the only way for me to play Tekken is to remote into my PC from wherever I'm at, or bring a PlayStation 5 with me. Which both are very unreasonable circumstances.
Yeah, see, and I'm a casual, so unless I'm playing your game, I'm not thinking about playing your game.
Yeah. Well,
so
the reason I made the comment is because I'm thinking about playing games for the work. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I don't play games when I'm away from home.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only thing that's been extra boosting my gameplay is Big Chumps, and then game testing for this other company.
Yeah. If I was a part of Big Chumps, Kerbal Space Program.
I was gonna say we'd probably play like our game of League once in a while, and it'd be whatever. Honestly,
that would be what
we'd probably be hanging out in real life, like going places more often if it wasn't for this.
Yeah.
Hey man, can I come over? Can we go bowling across the street? Sure. Don't care.
That's the best part. At least to me.
We could still do that, but busy.
Yeah, man. But I think I said what I wanted to say over that topic. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
How's your day going, man? What'd you eat today?
Extra wheat fiber, PB&J.
Oh man, whoa. PB.
Except SB.
Sunflower butter.
Yep.
I was gonna say that goes
butter.
That goes against what the emergency car stash said.
Mm-hmm.
And what's still in my cabinet said.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. You should try it. It's really good.
I think we checked it out because it expired the other day.
Man, you know, you should have made one. You know, I've been like, damn,
No.
this is what Pree's been
No.
up to.
No. I have a regular PB&J probably once every half a year.
Damn. Okay, I'm sorry. You're so cool that you can eat regular PB.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't eat peanut butter and jelly often in general. I'm not gonna go out of my way to try a different form of peanut butter and jelly.
See, look, what I think is, I think Uncrustables should make a peanut-free version of Uncrustables. See what I'm saying?
Are Uncrustables actually PB&J mix? I thought it was just jelly.
Nah, Uncrustables got both in it.
Do they?
See, now I gotta look it up now. See, look, Uncrustables, no peanut butter.
I know they make. Oh, they do have it peanut butter in it. Okay. Well, that shows you I've never had a PB&J Uncrustable in my life.
Unless you get chocolate flavored hazelnut sandwich bread, which doesn't have the flavoring ones.
I was gonna say. So, Moon and I, we done baked a hazelnut one time. It tasted like takoyaki or taiyaki, whatever the fish thing is.
You baked the Uncrustable?
Yeah, we baked the Uncrustable.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to bake those things? I thought you just eat them like.
You can just let them thaw, but you can like toast them or cook them too.
No, that's sick. Yeah, no, I've been wanting to eat one because every time I go into Costco, I pass straight through the Uncrustables.
They have peanut butter and honey.
Yeah, you know, it's quite crazy, these Uncrustables nowadays.
You should contact Smuckers and be like, I need a sunflower seed butter and jelly Uncrustable.
That sounds genius, you know? Like, see, I've been trying to make it myself, you know? But
Yeah,
I'm
just
like,
make
I don't
someone
want
else
to
make
use
it.
Yeah, I don't want to use the white bread, so I've been using the extra wheat bread.
Oh, dude, they have uncured ham and cheddar roll-ups.
Smuckers?
Yeah. If you go to view all products.
Yeah, see, I've been thinking of purchasing this dinosaur sandwich cutter.
Oh, dude, reduced sugar, peanut butter and grape, and peanut butter and strawberry.
Here, I'm gonna put it on this. I'm gonna put it on the screen. This dinosaur shaped sandwich cutter off of Shein, right here. Yeah, this here is what I've been looking at. I used to have one when I was younger, but now I'm thinking of getting one again.
I didn't realize the same company owns Jif that owns Smuckers.
My sister said she used it to make weed brownies and it melted.
All right. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm Pree. He's Lorenzo. This was the Chump Change. If you liked the video, please leave us a like if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you're on YouTube, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And I think that's it from us. So we will catch you
in the next one.
See ya.